Tonight on Central News, the Duke of Edinburgh opens our new TV centre. The equipment rolls on cue. And another first, the boy and the laser beam op. A very good evening.
Hello.
And welcome to a very special edition of Central News. There'll be more on the Duke's visit in just a moment.
Yes, and also tonight, the Ben verdict on Chesterfield, the latest on Derby County's rescue, and the oldest barmaid in Britain. Andy.
Yes, but first, the Duke of Edinburgh's visit. He left the East Midlands Television Centre a few hours ago after performing the official opening. Also today, he visited Nottingham Brewery and opened a new science block at a city school. At Central, he saw the very latest in television technology, and he met some of the people bringing network television to the East Midlands. When His Royal Highness the Duke of Edinburgh arrived at the £21 million studio complex, acknowledged as the most technically advanced in Europe, he was met by Central's Managing Director, Bob Phillips, and introduced to Lord Thompson, Chairman of the Independent Broadcasting Authority, and Mr. John Maddox, Chairman of the East Midlands Regional Board.
I'm sure, sir, that you'd be interested to know that from a barren building site, the building, the equipping, the staffing, and most importantly, the making of television programmes from this centre in the East Midlands was achieved in just a little over 18 months in total. So it gives me very great pleasure to invite you to formally open this television centre, and may I thank you for your presence here today.
I think I just better explain one thing, and that is that this is not the puppet.
The Duke's comment was directed at one of the Central's latest productions, the puppet series Spitting Image. Accompanying the Duke on today's visit was the Lord Lieutenant of Nottinghamshire, Sir Gordon Hobday, who was also Central's chairman. For the Central management, today was the culmination of a two-year task. It was in February 1982 that the foundation stone of the new studios was laid by Lord Thompson. From the outset, the steel framing of the building dwarfed everything around it on Nottingham's Lenton Industrial Estate. The statistics are daunting. 30,000 tons of concrete, almost 250,000 bricks, and once the shell of the building was complete, enough cable to reach the Isles of Scilly. Almost 400 miles, and more lighting circuits than any other television studio in Europe, not forgetting the everyday household power points, more than 3,000 of those. And just over 18 months after the laying of that foundation stone, Max Bygraves was the star of the first programme recorded at the studios, Family Fortunes. And as other studios were completed, so the programmes moved in a steady stream. From its temporary home, Central News moved here at the beginning of the year. For the future, Central plans are full schedules of dramas, documentaries, light entertainment and children's programmes for the ITV network, all produced here in Nottingham. And in Studio 7 control room today, recording was already underway for a spectacular new game show, The Price is Right, a programme which has been a way of life for millions of American viewers for the past 15 years. The Duke Watch director David Millard organised cameras and crew as the presenter of the new series, Leslie Crowder, introduced the contestants.
£1.20, says Marcus. Lisi punches it up. There we are.
And then it was behind the scenes to the videotape recording area where pictures of the Duke's arrival and the studio tour so far were already being assembled.
After that, Prince Philip paid a visit to Studio 6. That's where Central News comes from every night. It's the most watched regional magazine programme in the country. The Central News team were all in there rehearsing for tonight's programme, making sure everything was ready for an hour of news and sport. And apart from Central News, Newshound, the popular Monday evening children's show where Oscar the dog sniffs out the lighter stories in the region, is also recorded here. So the first people that Prince Philip met were Bob Warman and John Cain. And of course he met Oscar the dog. The Duke then moved on to meet two local youngsters, Lisa Pigeon and Neil Fitchett, They're training for their Duke of Edinburgh awards. Lisa's already got her bronze, but Neil, who presented the Duke with a cheque, has only just started the course. After chatting to them, Prince Philip moved across to meet Andy and myself. He was very interested in the news, asking what would be in the programme, how much we overlap with ITN, and where we found our stories from. I told him that he would be on the programme today and that we were also hoping to get an interview with Robert Maxwell. He's the man who's bailing out Derby County. But Prince Philip, it seems, isn't too keen on football. He told me he certainly wouldn't want to own his own football club. After seeing the studios, it was time to go back behind the scenes again, this time to makeup. There are 10 makeup girls at Central, but no men. They work on a whole range of programmes like Luna, Harvey Moon and Family Fortunes. When Our Feed a Sane Pet was being filmed, many of the girls went to Germany with it. The trainees have to learn quickly how to make people look old or ugly or glamorous, but today it was their turn to act as guinea pigs. Sue and Mary had to sit still for quite some time, whilst Lisa and Carolyn indulged in some fantasy makeup, which the Duke found quite fascinating. Two familiar faces here, continuity girl Helen Lloyd and Linda Cunningham. They explained their jobs to Prince Philip. He said he was impressed that they always knew what to say. He suggested if they ever dried up, they could read extracts from Wind in the Willows.
Behind the scenes, it was into the party. Over 300 people had been invited, local personalities, politicians, company bosses, and a member of staff from every department. 600 people work here, and most have moved from ATV's former studios at Elstree. Some of them have worked for the company for 30 years. Lord and Lady Mayors from all the cities in the area were here. Central believe the new multi-million-pound studios will be a real boost to the region. We've got our very own Central News, and top-class programmes are being made right here in the East Midlands. What about the status now for the East Midlands? Because we have been a bit neglected by everybody, haven't we?
Oh yes, definitely. You'd think that the television only goes round Birmingham and Sutton Coldfield, and believe me, there's a lot going on in East Midlands.
So do you think it's going to be a boost for us?
I hope so. I welcome it.
Today's royal opening marked the importance of Central's new studios, not just to the television industry, but to the people of the East Midlands. Europe's most advanced TV studios are right on our doorstep.